We got some pretty exciting stuff. We are on a 9 streak currently on the Defect. Recovering from our 12-13 start in this sample of 100 games. Bringing it from like just under 50 to 60% win rate. And we are one off of the world record win streak. Really sick. Exciting stuff. World record equals 10 or 11. World record's 10. Jorbs has it at the moment, I believe. So if we do win this and tie the world record, we'd be tied with Jorbs for 2 world records, because we're also tied for the rotating win streak at 13 wins in a row.
I've got the beast in my sights.
We're not going to enter the cheat code again. The Spire might, the Spire police might come get us. I'm just going to go straight in. Random common relic. Never sad to see it. I mean, never. Great reward. Great blessing. And not hit the rebound here. Don't really like this one. This side kind of sucks a lot. So yeah, one of these two. And if you go to this one, you can't get to at the end. So you'd maybe want to attempt to go to the other one, but I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the relic. Hex guy. Or Hexa can definitely be overestimated sometimes. Skip the whale bonus to establish dominant. Yeah. That's what we do. Don't think there's anything to think about here. That is very so what do I have to think about while I go to the bathroom real quick? Oops. I think I'm not unplugging the headset. We're mostly thinking about this. If we... I really don't want to go here. I'd really prefer not to. And then there's also 4 fights into that. Yeah, it's just okay. I mean, it's not really ideal at all. It's like 10 more health. 10, 15 more health. For the act, which is okay. I don't know what I'd want to do. Because like this is more potion chance, and we can take the extra damage anyway. You can even do this and still go here. I might just lean towards this, honestly. The fourth fight is really hit or miss, but Defect is very potion reliant. And we have the Ornithopter, so I'd love to increase our chances to get potions for the elites. And the question marks without stores is weird. There is a store after this if you go that way. Alright, yeah. So Defect's just such a, like... It's really hard to solve completely early fights without something else. Like, outside of, like, a defragment into, like, the other two, it's just not something that's, like, super solvable. I think I would love potion percent. Yeah. It's very clear. We have 16, 22, 25. 28 damage. Dupe pot's nice. Sweeping beam, hollow steam bear. Sweeping beam's nice into sentry. Sweeping beam's nice into knob. It's less nice into the best into Lagavulin would be steam barrier, but sweeping beam is also nice into 2 slimes. It's nice into the hard pool. It's nice into 2 louse. Just reasonably nice. Mm-hmm. 12, leaving you at 22. Oh, actually, 28, 31. But yeah, 12. Leaves you at 22. If I don't draw double defend at least, then I'm killing you. So we could look for the defend. We don't hit it. It's okay. Just takes a while. But it's definitely 1 or 0, and 50% of the time it's 0. Buffer is actually really, really big with an upgrade. Not into Hexa, but into all the elites and stuff. Buffer is kind of a big deal. And it's also like, Rebound sucks. Hello World honestly isn't that bad, but Buffer can be very, very good. But yeah, just like into Knob, into Lagavulin, this is insane. If this is like an upgrade. If we decide to go this way and we're not super strong. And even into Sentries, it's fine. We could go to a store in 138 gold, but having this, I'm a lot less scared of the hard pool. This is a fine card. We're pretty healthy. We took like 5. Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna take some, or we're gonna hit Buffer. It's something to let me know that the mic's muted there. Buffer already, just 10 health. Buffer insane. Okay, no potion. Defragment versus like Orse defragment, like card that you take if you don't see defragment, and card that's not very good at all early. We are looking a bit behind slash relic slash upgrade dependent though. Like we have one reasonably proactive thing. We have one defensive thing. We have one in the middle, like proactive scaling, like all-rounder type of thing. We have nothing that's like front-loading an elite or anything for us though. Which could be a little bit of a problem. Blocking 10 is better than blocking 8. Crazy stuff, I know. Unfortunately, we're missing that. Maybe... Ooh, that's a big miss. The 5 health miss on the 50-50. But reasonable and potion and ball lightning. That could change things. This is a way better potion. Look them straight from the floor. Yeah. Yeah, does Defect not have like some like parts in his machinery where he could just like throw some potions in real quick to like... Is Defect not like flexible to like lean down and like grab the potions with his mouth and drink them, or does he like absorb them straight into his body? Like, I don't know. But I'd like to be able to, you know, heal a little bit. They'd even be refrigerated. And I think it's very reasonable to go focus pot into here, into upgrade buffer, into store, into this. Yeah, I think it's very, very reasonable. What is this? Like... 50-50 there, and you can always make the decision there as well. The lower health, 10, 20, 30. What is this? This is the same as a strike, actually. It's 2, 4, 6, but maybe a little bit more. Yeah, it's the same. True buffer now, unfortunately. Is it okay though? What is this? 22, 28, 34. The worst case is dupe potting the buffer. Then What was this? 22, 28, 34, 18. I don't know. Should not focus button, just do buffer instead. Just get pots anywhere. No, it's probably better to plan for that way. Buffer, I mean, like a roll. Oh, we have enough money. Maybe that's worthwhile. This is very approachable, though. It is very, very, very approachable. Like, extremely approachable. Yeah, I'd rather just look for an Act 2. So I think we go for super. Let me just look for an Act 2 shop. We're in a good spot for Hexa. We're in a great spot for the elites with us and boot. Buffer plus is nuts. That's whatever. Doom and Gloom is great. Doing very well against sentries as well. So we got ourselves a key. $15 would be on the high end. That first nutty. I guess say with the spells. 9, 38. This does 3 damage, this does 4. Oh, we're at 20%. Yeah. I'm like, this thing sucks. Should I get rid of it? Not losing health in 2 hard pulls is a decent sign? Yeah, decent. Second buff, no, second buffer is too much. We're upgrading defragment as well before Hexa. Charge is okay. Don't want too much, but a charge I could take. They are regenerating, but I'm very happy with that. There. One thing to move orbs and then dual cast is a potential. Yeah, they're regenerating, so that sucks a little bit, but it's fine. It's a lot better into Knob. I'd prefer to save this one. And we're gonna get the thing. We're gonna get the dual cast. Or is this gonna be 18? We just Patia. I think Patia is better than Buffer. Buffer's way better draw. So both of these. So much health. We got a pop back. Nice. How many buffers would you like? We got them all. 1 buffer, 2 buffer, 3 buffer. Not a barrage fan. We should be a little bit cautious, but I think we're okay. We could have had enough buffers to block the entire Hexa turn 2, yeah. Definitely could have. Yeah, I mean, I think that we're good with what we have. Like, I don't want to dilute for Barrage. Barrage is yucky. This is probably seeded, yeah. Definitely. Always make sure to procure the best seeds before setting up the stream. Any shit pop. Potion of Potion of 4, yeah. We have been blessed with the potions this room. Yeah, I don't think I want to add mediocre thing. It's just a question of, are we good damage wise, and if not, we still have the potion anyway. What do I want? I want good cards. I don't mind. Is there thingies here I want? An adventure would be great. Idol is just okay. Wall would be okay. Maybe it's even defend. I'm not sure though. Tunes would be amazing. We have so much health to give. Yeah, we want the event for sure. I don't think I need stuff here. Repertoire is like passable, yeah, but I'd rather just be smoother until later. Like repertoire is passable for like the rest of the act, but like going into act 2 is just like whatever. Comparatively to other things I'd rather draw. Illusion of Choice, my favorite. I think we're okay. Okay, so how is this? This is better anyway, kind of. This is, and if I lose health, it's fine as well. So I would almost never reconsider. I would consider another ball if we think we're borderline on Hexa. Helps me get this, so I have Defect plus. Yeah, I think our damage is like borderline. Perfectly terrible Hexa number, it's okay. The other ball, I think we're fine. Fine enough to not sweeping beam. Questionable. That's okay. 24 is like definitely close. It's gonna be evoked next turn anyway. But I might as well get to do its thing, right? Yeah. The only thing to think about is surviving the 18, right? 14 plus the 16, probably take one more. One of these is okay. I just take the hit here. For the duel. Alright. Potion should guarantee my survival. This also helps to guarantee my survival. Don't want to draw a burn. Okay, so this is 30. This is the only draw I need to strike for. But it's like 1 HP into next act versus potion. So just strike. Yeah. Hogging? Definite hogging. Inserting? Definite inserting. Seems very, very good. Alright. Get some frost and then we are chilling. Ready to throw your points in. How do you think the cow feels about us having meat on the bone? Oh, teach for profit. I don't even come close to considering cage over inserter. Not even a slight thought in my tiny little brain about the empty cage. Like, getting through my deck is something that's like solvable. Like, finding orb slots is not something I can like guarantee. And even if you find more orb slots, it's still just good because inserter's just kind of slow. I'd love one of these stores. Oh, is that all of them? No, there's one more. Oh, no. MTK deserves no mental energy. I don't care if it's for the world record. I'm feeling white strong at the moment. You'd take an elite floor if you could right now. No. Our question marks. Well, if we want the thingies, then yeah, we just... It's pretty clear, right? Like, you miss an elite here or here if you go here. There's the option to go here, and we're strong. And question marks in Act 2 are generally just good. And elites in a row. Don't know if I'm on that level, but we have meat, right? We have the meats. What was this? 9, 18, 27, 34. 9, 18, 27. 34, 46. Drop our buffer. Mm, 9, 18, 27, 36, 43. 3 damage off. Meat on the bone. 33, 45. Yeah, meat. Before a potion. Very, very good potion until it's... I mean, there's no stalling. It's fine. Helm's upgraded. It fills my orb slots. It's decent into these thingies, maybe. Really strong later. It's like decent if we like felt there was a problem. We float through there and act again. It's like 14 or something, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't count. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. And upgrade it with focus. It's decent. Skill over fear. Our block is this, and then it's kind of iffy after that. We got some help and damage into a book. Sure. Can have even more potions. Transmutation Chemex, yeah. Chemex is amazing with reinforced body. It's okay with multicast. Tempest is not preferable at all, but whatever. Yeah, belt's not even necessarily like neither of these is like nuts right now. We could take this for some safety, though. I like that when we're doing two less convenient things. Although I also like removing if we feel pretty strong. Entrance, I definitely did look at. I looked at entrance besides cage. Entrance is something for now. Yeah, it's really weird actually. Especially since we only have 3 energy, we have boot sequence in the starting hand. What's this? Front load deals with... We're even less likely to deal with gremlins a little bit. Is it ever not remove first? Remove helps, these help. These are speculative help. It's interesting. Like, the most direct impacts we have are these. Even like this on inserter is not bad. It's kind of bad turn 1 though. With like this plus X. Don't have to buy it. Definitely far from having to buy that. We could do like this. This is very, very reasonable. This is like the most front-loaded thing we can do. If you go 2 and 8, might as well go 10. I think being front-loaded with an inserter and some focus is a good idea. All the problems that we have are like now. Also, the cards that you seek with Chemex are uncommon and rare, so it's not super likely to see reinforced bodies. Even though reinforced bodies would definitely be really, really nice for some front-loaded block that we don't have to wait forever for. I think I like this the most. Okay, guys, you just draw however many innate cards you have up until 10. I don't know I don't know what happens at 11 and 8 cards, but if you have 10 and 8 cards and you don't have Bag of Prep, you just draw 10 at the start. I have no clue what happens at 11. Okay, just goes to the top. Max is sus? I'm a little bit sus. Oh, it's gonna be your next pop quiz. Sorry for stealing the wallet. If you have an 8 and 8 cards, you eventually get bored of playing endless. 10 and 8 cards in a gambling chip. That's some good stuff. Yeah, I think we 100% just go front load. And this is like front load for now. That is making us better as well. And late game as well. Some question marks. We got some libraries. We got some upgrade alls. We got some ghost. We got some bandits. We got some ritual daggers. We have meat on the bone, and we just removed the strike. And we have Ornithopter. Too late question marks versus also 2 question marks. Question mark before fight's better. Same. Fire before other elites better. Fire. And I can use fires to upgrade my AoE, upgrade my bias. It's okay. Go this way. We can bail out there if somehow we had to bail out. Seems extremely unlikely. Remove a card from our deck. That sounds lovely. Strikes a lot. Ow. Great. Buffer. We could just take the damage. Go to 33. So that we have a higher chance of drawing buffer. This never gets evoked. It actually can get evoked with this. Yeah, that seems good actually. This just kills, right? 12. Both results were just good. Charge battery, FTL. Charge plus isn't bad on 3 energy. FTL's always good outside of Snack Arrow and Choker. The more cards you remove, the more likely are to dead at clock balls. 100% no matter what you do. I think that as far as starts go, Insect is really high. Also, I don't want to spend brain power on randoms. Irrelevant. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop myself right there. And get back into the game. Charge ready FTL. Yeah, Blair will entertain the chat. I don't have to do anything. How's our block game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These things are not amazing. Don't mind the energy. How's FTL? Do we need like that little bit more targeted damage? A little bit, but this stuff does it pretty well, and the charge ready is still fine later. Yeah. Okay. Two off. I think even if there were a problem, I would just deal with it later. I don't think it's worth. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's worth doing anything about it now. Awkward. We can hot defend buffer. Take 11. I'd want to take a little bit more. Our pots feel really good too. It feels a little awkward. But also kind of okay. Seven to 32 would be fine. Or not. Never attacking. Taking damage would be fine again. It's not like ideal. Put you to 30. Maybe get like one of these. You're at 22. Well, insects and a pot. Okay. I guess. If I must. And mating. Difference between 20 and 16 is kind of relevant. What, like, long-term things do we have? We have Cool-Headed a little bit, Bioscog a little bit, we have this a little bit, and then after that, it's like, you know, this a little bit. I would just not be greedy and take entrance for now. Yeah, seems fine. It's okay. It like can make a difference on like daggers. It's definitely better now than other things are. Maybe it makes a small difference on darklings. What do we really want afterwards? I mean, I really want this. This is okay to have. This is whatever. I mean, I'm fine with that and not having them. Yeah, this is fine. Not abuse. That's how it ends out the bangle. I mean, I definitely would like to play in a way that is safer earlier with what we have going on. Take it. 16. Take 16 seems completely fine. We in danger? I don't know, you tell me. Do you feel endangered? Solving draw until later in Act 4 is a great thing. Yeah, I like having draw until later. Nothing like crazy to hollow at the moment at all. Get this damage in now? I mean, it's... Just keep making sure that they're like sub 20 or whatever the number it has to be is. For these first couple of turns while we're getting set up. You definitely would prefer to keep the thingy around. It's gonna go a little bit. What's our number? It's 35. Was the spore? Yeah. Okay. Buffer is amazing. Draw Basel. Let me see. It could be the RTX voice thing if there's problems. Hello? Maybe it's... Oh, was it that? Yeah, it's the chair. Buffer's not. Okay, let me stop hearing myself. Hearing myself is awkward. Please don't compare Buffer to Wraithform. It's very nice, but you Wraithform into the hard and you're just good. You Buffer into the hard and you might be good 50% of the time. And you still have to be able to block to play cards. But early game Buffer is really nice. Especially that early in Act 1. Just having a ball over here. And I don't look at chat much, and then I look at chat and I just see Wraithform and Buffer being compared, and I'm like, what? Oh yeah. No. We found an X cost. We still want it. I think we still want front-loaded block. Barrier is okay-ish. as well. Chemix rolls in its grave, yeah. Yeah, we've done very, very well in versions this game for sure. What can we get? We can get apps. We can get... You can probably even take Tome right now, yeah. We can get... Library, we can get Coliseum, we can get... Yeah. Question marks are very, very good. Reinforcer, Steam Bear. Steam Bear is like so minor later. Remove again? Are we ever getting to that point where... I mean, we only have one Frost Orb right now, so... No? But it's like close. You've added like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually really, really close. Yeah, exclamation mark mods gives you a list, except for like, yeah, it's basically what you're looking for. Barely even worth mentioning. Do this one, I guess, yeah. And I'm doing it, obviously. It also leaves us with a perfect 85. I'm just deciding between strike and defend. That's like 1, 2, 3. Okay. This leaves, but matters a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Leaving, 8 leaving. 16 card deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can remove a defend, I think. Upgrade bias cog. Very, very minor. Yeah. We have a bunch of innate already. Makes it slightly awkward. Can remove it. We're in a fine spot remove wise already. We have control over our pathing. I'm not really worried about champ at all. I'm not really worried about this at all. Yeah, I'd trade a remove for a relic. The 6 and 8 dream. Seven, 14, 21, 28, 30, 40, 47. Too much. 7, 14, 21, 28, 40. The boot. Yuckies. Not into these cards. Not into the flux either. What is this? Like machine and reinforced and cool-headed? I don't mind machine, just to free up for other high priorities. We're at 4 and 8 right now. 2 and 8 off of being positive. Play it slow. It's a little rough because we only have the one thing, but should be fine. I am definitely someone that likes to go the E direction if at all possible. Definitely an E gamer. Five, 10, 15, 23. Draw. Getting rid of the discharge would be kind of good, but it's fine. Not being shuffled. You buffed up pretty quickly, didn't you? Big jerk. Oh my god, again. It's not being shuffled. Much strength? It's not being shuffled again. Bullheaded. Why you do this to me? I'd kinda cry if I drew the charge battery. I guess we can play our bias call. I guess. I guess it's okay. I mean, they could play this as well. Lightning's illegal though. Not a great turn. We can wait at least one shuffle. I think it's actually a little bit less illegal. Lightning's slightly illegal, actually. Our break-even number. And we got it on one. Cool. Another bias. Snacker is very, very strange. Skip. Boot saved that fight, yeah. Looks that's a bit worse. But having yeah, Snacker hurts our innate archetype as well. And not super important things here. Yeah, pyramid is fine, right? We can find things for energy. We want to play this at the right time. We want to play this at the right time. We want to play these at the right time. We want to play this at the right time. We want to play that at the right time. Not a key. I mean, this wants energy. This definitely doesn't mind energy. These help with energy a little bit. Turbos help with energy. Aggregates help with energy. Holding this is good. Holding this is good. Holding these can be good. Holding this can be good a little bit. I don't want the curse. No, this is pyramid's fine. Even holding this sometimes, potentially. I already got blue key twice, yeah. Dark Zone and Juzu and chest. And this is definitely I don't know. I don't think it's like super straightforward though. Like with this, you definitely don't mind energy. Only having free energy makes it hard to like play consume. Even 6 max HP, yeah. And it's better than Juzu, that's for sure. My Juzu and Tiny Chest are probably the only thing that it's not even definitely better than Tiny Chest, but it's definitely better than Juzu. But Tiny Chest also sucks. Yeah, being able to play, like having the energy to play consume and stuff makes sense as well. Having the energy to play buffer, this kinda helps make up for the fact that we're not retaining. It becomes completely useless otherwise. Only holding this is not a huge deal. This is just okay. We can't just play these. Can be key as well. Yeah, it can definitely be key. Time meter. Okay, let's look for leads. Let's look for a shop, kinda. Let's look at only elites first, though. Damn, is this really a 2 elite act? I went and got this key. This green key. Oh no, we can do 3. Okay. I was gonna say, I went and got this key and you don't want to give me any more elites? Need some more frost for sure. Other than that, we're okay. How do I feel about the thingy? More draws, good, yeah. Panacea is amazing, yeah. Okay, definitely want question marks. Question marks. Store, question mark. Store or question mark, depending on how much money I have. Or we could hard greed. No, you can't hard greed and take the 2. If you want to like greed more out of mob bank. Yeah, this seems good. Energy's good for English, sure. 18 to put me to 31. That's fine. Sure. I want to be killing relatively quickly. I like the discharge going off here. Next one's not great though. And on each by then 8. 2 8s. Yeah. Oh, this upcoming hand's kind of bad. This is 8. You just go like 1, 2, 3. 10. See where that looks. I'll be even wrong actually. It's fine. Just dying. Deck spot's weird. Recycle plus is okay. Draw some extra cards. Yucky, yucky. A little bit of energy. It's okay. I would really love to get rid of that thing though. Cycle something. I'll just recycle dual pass and play strike. It's like slightly. What this is? Take 10. It's fine. Kill next turn is better. Swift is nice. Probably nicer than... Probably just nicer than that. Panacea, we'd love to see. No, ball lightning's a little weird. Heavy fragments, a lot of weird. No recycle. Currently, this is very, very needed. We're not like filling our orbs up. I don't know, we're like drawing like some blanks here. A cycle. Bit iffy. I definitely want the ball lightning into this more than I want the recycle into that. Remove the riot. We keep straying farther and further away from the 38 number. It's quite sad, honestly. Oh, we can hit the number right here, though. We hit the number for a second. Okay, no. No. But this is turn 2, right? You just put them on top? That's rude as fuck, dude. It's okay. Now it's good. Gotta push him back anyway. Potential compile is okay, yeah. A lot of like weird, not so great cards. Also, these potion odds are actually insane. How are we into these, like, truthfully? I'm not sure. I definitely have less health, which is nice. I definitely deal with the original things nicely. I don't get to an amazing point. And using the potions is fine though. But I don't get to like a super crazy point against like Nemesis to block. We only have the one Frost Orbs. I definitely have to go really fast. But we have the insect. Yeah. And we can use this. It's fine. Taking 9 is fine. Looks like it's missing about 13 cards, yeah. Makes sense. This is okay. I get like this, and I get more damage here for a potential kill. It's really not that bad. You could draw here, a little bit more damage here, a little bit there. We cannot wait that long. I want to get this down. Any difference between 14 and 13? There's a difference between like 6. Don't understand the 38 thing. In the streak, we have 5 wins with the 38 card decks. How would I like to do this? Because I feel like the setting here is correct. No, I was never driver the front. Never truly get this. Just take the hit. I could like think about using that. That seems extremely weird. I think you just take the hit and use that. Fusion's okay. We don't have our orb slots filled up. It's for this as well. Alright, store. Show me some good shit. There's a defect. There's a panacea. Okay. Okay. Click. Huge. We need some. The Master Strat is pretty huge as well, honestly, yeah. Blizzard? Yeah, I don't know about the Blizzard, but that stuff is pretty big. And maybe let me just like that with it. I don't know about that. Like, just this is fine. I don't really think we're like super pogging out about a defrag. I definitely wouldn't mind upgrading the Panacea. As well. It's weird that the green screen picks up blues. Darkness Pot does not delete a heart. Darkness Pot doesn't really particularly come close. I like removing to make the chance of me like having Panacea plus biased. I like that a lot. I really like the master strategy for sure. The relics are all whatever. So yeah, like one of the biggest problems we're having right now is, other than that, is the lack of frost. There's 100%. I think this is also 100%. Yeah, it's 100%. Darkness pot could be a thing, but I highly doubt it. Cardamom to move a card, yeah. That seems a lot better. We should be okay. Unlikely to see another potion. Not with that attitude. Or I'm planning on going to 0%. Yeah, I think I just remove. I think with the potions we should be fine. I think the fragments, whatever. And we go to what? We go to 83, 73, 103, 123, 138, 168. It's okay, refill pots later as well. Definitely a decent chance we use some of them. We could block pot if we're feeling a little bit weird. If we were feeling a little bit unsafe, we could block pot. What do we get to? 168? That could be like a pellets or a souvenir. What's the point of gold if you can't die with it, you know? Booting. He's stripping me. Being stripped down. My buffers. No, we're fine. It's really unfortunate that money couldn't help bring my masterpiece to life. But it's reasonable. 27, 21. Out of the leaf. The fat gremlin was really good. I like the horns. $36 might just be good. Yeah, I think 36 is just straight up good. Never mind. Oh no, 33. But yeah, these mess it up. Disc is great. Do I need to take skim to get through my freaking deck so that I can play my things? My one cool-headed? Like, also for Bias Cog Panacea. It's medium. Can mess with the buffer a little bit. We have meat on the bone sustain. We have other sustain. It's fine. Yucky. But 50 gold. Okay, great. Well, it's another arrive too. No, the lack of frost is not ideal. That is for sure. Not something I was planning on. It's so weird to have lack of frost too. It's like so simple to get frost. It really takes like no effort. You just like have some frost. It's just straight up 2 common cards. Don't have to put too much into it. $56 plus $26, $52, $108. That's good. I can set this up. But I needle helps. Oh my god. Do I take loop to like help me block? Because not loop leap to help me block, because you know, obviously it's not frost orbs that are helping me block. That would just be crazy. Do you have any good upgrades? Biased is good. Cool-headed is good. Tennessee is good. Yeah, we have some good upgrades. And then needle's really bad frost, yeah. This is our glacier floor. I would not mind this being our glacier floor. It's probably better than 50-50. That's how desperate we are. So it's either fight or store. I mean, Sensory Stone... Oh yeah, it's never a thingy. But it's just straight up a 50-50 whether it's good or not. And Orb Walkers is not like... And we deal like 30 to both. We take a bunch because we still have this ride. We just see 2 other cards and we draw a hand. It's a bit slow. Our round's 174. We could just look. Oh, 173. Oh, I unplugged the thingy again. $28, $31. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. This should just be completely fine for next turn, I believe. Holy moly. I don't think I went on upgraded late, but holy moly. Okay. Panic. Do you want strength now or strength later? What is this? This is Reptar Giant Head. It's like, do we want strength now, strength later? Do we need a upgrade? So 2 fights in the store? Potentially. It's basically, are we greeting the store? We always have 2 fights and a store. It's do we have 2 fights and 2 stores or not? It's like, are we good for the gauntlet? Just zap down the bosses. Or other mitigation, mostly frost. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think we can be at an okay spot for the end of the run. But I think, like, usually you're like it's like super free. Like, usually Time Meter itself is super free. Time Meter is not super free because we can't set up Panacea for Biascog reliably. And we don't have enough frost. Yeah, it's definitely not close to free currently. I agree. Damn, I can't afford both. Broke boys. This is... And I legitimately need it. Hollow World's Infinite Frost. Sure. Yeah, I very legitimately need the frost. Two frost in the store if you look very closely. Yeah, duplication is 2 frost. Duh. Cool is happening every time, just click it. What if we wanted to greed runic capacitor, you know? Infinite frost in the store if you think hard enough, yeah. Yep. And then at this point, I mean, we can afford things technically, but being slimmer and then having like potion plus remove or card plus remove or card plus potion. Oh yeah, we really want to get rid of the riot actually. Yeah, it's a riot as well. Unironically take Hollow World too. How bad am I? Hollow World's like actually legit. Hollow World is Compile Driver, Cool Headed, Cold Snap. Compile Driver, Cool Headed, Cold Snap, Hologram. It's really not that bad. I don't know if I'm flicking it, but we could look at more hits. There's at least those 4. There's sometimes Gopher. We don't have any Gopher support though. Hello World is its own Gopher support. Barrage is something. Ball, barrage, beam, charge, claw, cold snap, compile, cool-headed, hologram, leap, defend, stack. Turbo's not even that bad of a hit. This is game 10 still. And if we do this, we can afford a potion / remove. Hello World Beach Champ. Oh, this is too good. This is also too good. Compile's really good. Hollow's really good. Okay, I guess we're taking it. I still want more frost. This can be a tiny bit weird, potentially. We are front loading pretty well. With the bias, though, a little bit. A buffer. I would like to play my buffer. Draw more and then. These aren't bias cog. Get this out the way. And gain an energy. Energy is okay. $15, $30, $44, $48, $54. For the buffer down. These are a lot better. $26, $52. Was this last card kinda garbage? 26, 52, 64, 68. $39, $59, $63, $67. Just need 13 and we're home free, which we have. Slightly weird, a little bit, maybe. Maybe 8 could be better. Hollow. Barrage helps me with the damage. Hollow helps me with potential missing Panacea and lining them up together and things like that. We can get Barrage from Hello World. Yeah, which is why it could have been better on 8 for sure. Really down bad of trusting Hello World. Dude, Hello World already putting in work. Oh wow. Imagine not trusting Hello World. Would I rather draw? No, I'd rather try and get these together. Yeah. I think I'd rather draw here. Do I want lightning orbs up? It's okay. We're not really filling up easy, right? Yeah, we're not really filling up easy. The Hello World, right? We are basically at the full block point. Dude, who said we had a problem with frost orbs? Who said it? Here's our frost orbs, here's our barrage. What more could you even want? Permanently blocked. I think we do want 8, which is awkward. Is Zap still on the deck? Yes. I legitimately think we want 8. Like a cheeky 11 for that 1 HP. Yeah. Let's work on it. Zap, where are you, friend? There you are. These cards aren't out. Alright. Okay, let's do some mayo. Are we good if we just press E? One. What? For some reason, I thought doing 1-0-1-0 and then dragging would be fine. It was not fine. Oh, it's actually perfect right now. He is at 1 HP left. On the turn, you end with it at 1. We're at 1 right now. He goes to 144 at the end of the turn. He goes to 1. He goes to 1 with it on 0. And then, yeah, this is fine. Does 22 work? 22 should be basically the same, I'm pretty sure. No, 22 is bad, but 11 is good. Oh, wait, no. There's a 22 there? Okay, there was 122 at the start for some reason. No, 11 is bad. It's 0. No, yeah, 11 is good. Shin minus. I mean, it's not like this is complicated or anything, but 11's good. We're on 1, he goes 144. 0, 133. Yeah. And then we're on 1, he goes to 12. On 0, he goes to 1. We're on 1, he dies. We just E. Oh, something I did there was wrong. And we can deal with that later, if so. Would I ever... Do I just drink this? %. And 40% is not like that high of a number. High meter is very, very approachable. No, I think we're okay. Once we get our frost up, time meter's fine. We should be fine. What about front loading? Awakened one? We literally have 30 damage. Yeah, also fine. I'm just setting up my relics. I don't want to play any more attacks because I have this. I have 1 innate attack in my hand with 2 other innate cards that don't let me spend energy. So I don't really want to have Nunchaku at 9. And this you absolutely need at 1. So I'm just doing the math ahead of time so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, perfect. No potion. Jealous orbs of the frost. No need recycle. Must keep. Thought it was all RNG. Hardware is cool, yeah. $17. 15 puts me to 30. Puts me to 35. Perfect. Just never take damage again, forehead. Even if I do, it's fine. No, don't take anything. Got 3 to play, it's fine. I don't really care about the energy that much. 0 to play is not fine though. Shuffling would be weird. Shuffling would be very weird without the Panacea. So, what's this? 15, 18, 28, 33, a lot. Chillin'. More. I could Doom, I guess. Sure. It seems so unnecessary though. Like, we're either eating or we're not eating. It doesn't matter how long the fight takes. And the energy could matter. 25, 28. It's okay. If we get it, would be cool. Okay. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 38. $54, a big number. 33. $15, 33, 39. Play the winners. Slow switch. It's also close-ish there. I mean, hologram plus things is nothing. I don't know. I don't really want to tick you out. Very shy fantasy. Picking Q is okay. That's like a bigger turn. Need 15. Follow, but no combos. $20, 45, 47, 63. It's okay. A Hello World helps. kinda. Stop doing this thing though. That thing's not cool. I think I just play 3. Finally. Okay. Now we're just completely chilling. With 90. Just start moving that to the front. Wanna play like 2? Yeah, I don't. Even if we like continue to miss it, it's definitely not anywhere close to like that bad. Keeping on up. Not only one available, right? Sure. No, we want just this on 1 and this on 8. We draw a kill with those conditions, and we do it, otherwise we press E. Both like hologram and compile driver would help. I basically should just scan the hand for dual cast. And if not dual cast, press E until the thing's big enough. Oh, wait. That was a fine turn. Oops. That turn was actually just good. Yeah. I'm basically waiting to orb attack as well. That's that or dual cast. An attack plus dual cast or orb attack. That's not the right turn, but it was enough damage. This is the right turn, it is enough damage. Would I play like 2 attacks on 1? Likely. Claw. Don't even always play one attack on one. A lot of healing. That one was a lot quicker. I like that one. A lot less worry there. Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, it's fine. Push it up, push it up. But with frost orbs. Other garbage out the hand. This could have been slightly weird, potentially. Probably not, but it could have been. I think scaling by 10 every turn beats their scaling by 6 every 2 turns. Scaling by 10 every 2 beats their scaling by... yeah, whatever. Seem like I'm having insane fun. Yeah. I enjoy winning. I don't need to have fun outside of winning, honestly. Winning's enough for me. This kills right, actually. Alright, set everything up. Yeah. I don't care about fun at all. What's easier? Going back around? You probably even won it at 9. I don't see myself attacking with like this on 1. So the only way I'm attacking is with like compile driver or sweeping beam, or we don't even have a cold snap. Yeah, we won it at 9. It's fine. Watch would be perfect for you then. I mean, I still have to have the desire to like turn the stream on. In order to, you know. And that's definitely at its lowest when the Watcher's next in the rotation. But I also, more so than the desire to win, my Watcher win rate is unacceptably low right now. So that's something I'd like to fix. That's my motivation to play Watcher. But it's like not super relevant at the same time. Because it's like, no matter what number you actually get to with Watcher at this point, it's not like my Nunchaku 8 instead of 9. We're gonna put it to 9. We wanted it at 8 before because of like Awakened One and stuff, where we're definitely playing Dramatic Entrance. But now that we're not definitely playing Dramatic Entrance and we're only playing Dramatic Entrance, we're only attacking with like Compile Driver or maybe Sweeping Beam. We want it at 9, but we wanted it at 8 before because we're probably just like solo attacking with Dramatic Entrance and we're not using the energy on turn 1 with Dramatic Entrance, Machine Learning, Boot Sequence as 3 of my 5 cards. We don't really have a desire for more energy. But with the Art of War, we just have no reason to attack anymore with the Dramatic Entrance. A little to no reason. What's on a turn 1? Maybe I just spam some E's. Yeah, I'll just spam some E's. I hope we don't instantly die in our core. I mean, we have potions. No, it's fine. We can always remove as well. Yeah, I'm not even looking, just letting this get to a higher number. Okay, is this enough? 244, 243. Yes, this is enough. 180 meat HP. Bioscope, Panacea. You get both of them permanent. Both of them permanent's not like required at all. But it could make like duping kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't think we want the Hello World badly enough to need it anymore. It lets us play Panda in advance in the Elites fight. It's removing another Panacea here. Hog jump. Okay, with Compile Driver, there's good enough reasoning. And them attacking me for a bunch. There's good enough reasoning to attack. And we could kind of want the energy with it. Uh, 21, 7, well, 17, 4, 16, 16. Take the 2 for this. No. Not 2. Take 0 for that. Okay. Twelve, 16, 20, 16, 4, 5, 5. Seems very, very reasonable. Take 14 here. Yeah, that's absolutely okay. The Panacea. Kind of unfortunate regardless. Really important to hit that thing. If we only take the 12, that would be 37. Get us really, really close. The downside is it could keep us out of meter in the bone range. $38, $56. One, two, three. See what this is? Is it even worth it? Can you use it now? We have to, right? Look at this. No. Okay. Um, 56. So 12, 61, 62, 62, 6. You use it now then? I'd have full. It's weird because I'd have full whatchamacallit? I'd have full lightning. And I'd want to be playing the thing. So they might just die really, really, really quickly. And we go to 18 and we could use this and then use this afterwards. Yeah, I don't even know for sure that I use it now. Oh yeah, that also happens. I forgot that because we didn't hit buffer that was triggering, so yeah, 27. So definitely not. You smoke bomb this fight? You can either by using bug or you can use smoke bomb before you're surrounded, or you can use smoke bomb after you kill one. Wait, what happened that I didn't draw the other bias cog, by the way? Oh, is that about? I feel like something strange happened. Am I not regen potting? Because they're not living that long? And maybe we just use this and then regen pot after? I'm exactly in meat range right now. But we have full lightning. Biased. Can be weird, right? Was this 36? No inserter though. No inserter sucks a lot. I can go both this round, yes, but no inserter. 12, 24, 36, 72. We always kill even after seeing what this is, right? Yeah. No inserter sucks, but I think we can live with it. Alright. $60. Buy two of these, another like 17, 34, 48. Yeah, we can live with that. Just guaranteed, yeah. Okay, no pushing as well. Bullseye helps us kill faster. We don't really have strip, but we do have Hello World, which is kind of strip. Equilibrium sick. Equilibrium could help us set these up together, but after the first debuff, we could play Panacea whenever anyway. The damage is something that I'm like mildly worried about. I don't mind Bullseye. What can't this Hello World card do? It does everything. Equilibrium just seems okay. If we're slightly worried about damage, which we are, we're Defect. No scales. Even behind on this. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about my damage. We want to see what happens. We want to see what attack it is before using any potions or anything, for sure. I want the energy next turn, for sure. Keeping you around for even just Compile Driver, yeah. Okay, we can just cash in the fairy here. I mean, not that we have like a big choice in the matter, but we can cash in the fairy here. And that's fine. Damage or energy? Energy matters. A little bit, yeah. Damage adder's a lot too, though. No, we should be okay. A little bit awkward here. That's fine. Don't mind using things this turn, right? And we're gonna get to like a point where we're just completely fine, right? Yeah. Don't mind using everything this turn. Consumes. Is consume even good? I don't think so. No, consume's bad. So it's just reboot. I don't want to play it though. But it's reboot for later maybe. Consume's just straight up bad. Yeah. Like block card. Block card's literally -2. Block card's just straight up -2 right now. We're duping Bias Plus with Panacea, presumably. Okay, how's our health right now? Are we living to do that? Hopefully. Right now we have 14 block, which lives. How to survive right now? We survive on board. We could even play for the hell of it. Your house says 26 over anything. I think it's reboot. Oh yeah, we're even +5, actually. I even forgot that. Could do power boot, yeah. In that case, we are 36, 39, 45 there. Yeah, I think 2 powder, yeah, for sure. It seems like it's just this. I could go -4. -4's a little weird though. $20, $51, $56. Definitely want some frost. One of these draws is bad, the rest are good. I definitely want some frost. We ever need to play that? Down or like a survival thing? Because we only have 30 currently. I know, this is 45. Yeah, 45 isn't enough. I need to play this. $45. This is 60 incoming. Yeah, I'm sure that this was good. It's a good reinforcement. We already have 60. Wow. What this? Not super into the energy, honestly. I want the bullseye back in the deck, so we could do some stripping. There's a lot of frost orbs there then. But I can still just draw back into it. What's damage? I think going one more is a little bit dangerous. $36 plus 18. $36, 72, 90. Even that's fine, I think. Oh yeah, that was -1, huh? But yeah, having more damage here is fine. And then we have like the thingy at the end. And we just smart from this point. $75. $93. Okay. This might just be lethal as it is. Give me a second. Let's clear the sheet. Okay. So we have 87. So let's do this. All right. We have 87 block currently if we do nothing. 89 if we'd like it. 87 is actually really good. It's take 1. So A7. This is 8. This is like heart damage. This is just 8 down to 16. So we take, we can have Frost, Evoke, HP, Evoke a Frost for 18. Then our HP goes to, I don't know. I'm not gonna automate all of it. There's only these attacks remaining, 16. So 8, 16, 24. I take 6. On the third attack. 1, 2, 3. And evoke 2 more. I evoke all 4 of these. So we should be at like 8 here. And we have 4. And then this is 16, 64 damage. Plus another 42 damage. Plus another 6. $90. 152. Oh no. 154. It should be fine to just stop here. 30, 60, 87. Yeah, you should just stop. And we can only play 2 cards, but I mean, 15 times 6, 22. Times 7, both these 2 should just be enough. 6. Okay, 2 times 7 is 144 plus this. You know? Oh, you're at 158 actually. That could have been a thing. We did it! Got to 10. Was that all? Amazing bullseye, amazing reboot. Feels good. Yeah, everything was pretty relevant. Amazing
Quest
Panacea
accepted.
upgrade. amazing not use potion. Everything was really, really good.
Entropic Ender gifted a tier 1 sub to Blue Perfection.
Thanks, Entropic Ender. The gift sub. Oh, whoa, that's a lot of gift subs. Holy shit. Well, that's a fucking shit ton. 50
Kermster gifted a
subs?
tier 1
Jesus
sub to the
Christ.
Crimson Blur.
Holy shit. What's so above the curves and things out super spooky? Yeah, I mean, he has one frost orb, like 75% through Act 3.
Kermster gifted a tier
Holy
1
shit,
sub to John
50 gift
David.
subs, that's so much, thank you. Getting the hype train going.
Kermster gifted a tier 1 sub to Haskell 90.
Jesus.
Nani?
Hello World MVP. Hello World was legit. Endgame beautifully played. Thank you.
Nani?
The heart fights when you're not like doing like broken things and like you have your like loop and all that other stuff, like managing your orbs and making sure you're dealing enough damage is like such a big deal.
Kermster gifted a tier 1 sub to
Jeez.
Valtheos.
Going to the shelf was a really, really big deal. Yeah, everything really.
Kermster gifted a
Legitimately,
tier 1
everything
sub to
felt
Jinzo.
super important. The dramatic entrance felt really, really nice. Not taking the Chemex felt really, really nice. Playing for front load. Taking all the elites.
Kermster
Yeah,
gifted
tennis
a tier
tied
1
world
sub to
record.
Eldorado 42.
Now the holder of 2 Slay the Spire world records. With the rotating and defect win streak.
Gotcha.